Hello and welcome to One Step Closer Fitness. In today's video I'd just like to talk about keeping things simple. So hopefully I'm going to keep this video simple. This is especially relevant to anyone starting out on, we'll say, a resistance-based program. It's relevant to everyone, but in particular I find that the question pops up a lot. People who are just starting out, they're looking to do a weights program and they're trying to figure out what way to start and what way to keep on going. So invariably what I'm going to be asked is typical first time gym goer guy, 2021, looking to start out on weights, build some muscle. One of the first questions and one of the most immediate questions is, what supplements will I use? Like everything in life, the simpler you can keep things, the better it's going to be. If you overcomplicate it, it's going to potentially lead to you not having the results you want, getting frustrated because you're just trying too many things at once. So for example, a 21-year-old male looking to build some muscle, again, what supplements am I going to use? And that's really one of the main questions. What creatine should I use? What whey protein should I use? What pre-workout should I use? My answer is, okay, ultimately you want to be using these because they all have a benefit. The creatine has a benefit to give you extra energy. The protein has a benefit to help supplement your dietary intake of protein, because sometimes it's very hard to get it through food, your entire protein requirements for the day. Your pre-workouts can be very good to give you an extra boost, even though a lot of it is obviously caffeine simulated. But my main piece of advice would be, when you're starting out, especially on a resistance-based program, is give yourself the best possible chance to get used to the program, to adapt to the program, to adapt to the time it takes to get into the program, get used to the training parameters, get used to your sets, get used to your reps. Give yourself 2 or 3 weeks where you're focusing primarily on the actual training itself. And obviously within this first 2 or 3 weeks, it might take some people 3 or 4 weeks, it might take some people 2 months to get into a rhythm where they feel that they're established within a training regime. Then when you do feel like you're established, then you can start looking at all your different supplements. If it's 1 or 2 you want to use, that's what I would advise anyone. Don't go gung-ho all in and try and bring in as many supplements into the equation. You're just going to make a mess of things and overcomplicate it. But within this, we'll call it a feeling out process. So your first 2 or 3 weeks, 4 or 5 weeks, and you're training, you're doing your weights. The first thing you want to start looking at is your diet. I don't want people to be worried about in the first couple of weeks their macros. Are they hitting their proteins? Are they hitting their carbohydrates? Are they getting their fat quantities right? What you want to do to begin with is just clean out your diet. If you're someone who drinks a lot of soda, someone that eats a lot of chocolate, biscuits, savoury items, junk food, your main priority in the initial phase of your training will be to clean out these elements of your diet. Because there's no point using a supplement, there's no point having the big shiny tub of protein, which sometimes they can be expensive. There's no point having that if ultimately you're going to waste and negate the effects of the protein by eating junk food and by drinking cans of Coke and by having chocolate. Clean out your diet, and then when you've that established, when you're comfortable with where you are in your training and you feel that you can handle the extra load of supplementation, that's when you bring it in. It might be a month down the road, you're happy, your training's going well, your diet's going well, you've really looked at the healthy aspects of your eating, you begin to feel the benefits. Then that's the time where you start looking at your protein, your whey protein, your casein protein. Because even within protein supplements, people will say, well, should I get this? Should I get this one? Should I get isolate? Should I get concentrate? Even within choosing a protein supplement or even a creatine supplement, even within that one parameter, there's a world of options, and even within those, you can make those things even more complicated than what they have to be. Get your supplementation, pick one, for example, your whey protein. Pick one. You could be all day trying to pick 20 from the shelf. Pick one, stick with it. Ultimately, it's probably not going to be the one you're going to end up using on a long-term consistent basis, but at least pick a supplement and try it out. Same with creatine. Some people like creatine, some people don't. Some people don't respond to it. I'm a creatine non-responder. Pre-workouts, try them, but remember, don't fall into the trap. Don't be the person who goes to the gym and just because they have, a very impressive, a massive supplement stack, they have all their proteins, their pre-workouts, they have the creatines. That's not the answer. That's not ultimately what's going to get you to where you want to go. Get your training right, get a spot on, increase your water intake and get your food as clean as you can. And that's the point where you introduce the supplements. And remember, the clue's in the name. It's a supplement. It's not a panacea for everything. It's there to help you. It's not the final solution. So remember, in a lot of things in life, and especially in training, just keep it as simple as you can. The simpler you're going to keep things, the better chance you are of sticking to the plan. It's going to be far easier sticking to a regime if it's something that you can maintain. The more variables you throw in, it's okay. I'm not suggesting by any means that you don't add in these things, but only add them in at stages where you can handle them mentally and physically. All right. So remember, the one thing to take away from this is just keep things simple. It's going to give you the best chance of success. All right. Until next time. Goodbye.